morning. Welcome to a special session of the Yuma County Board of Supervisors. We'll be sitting as all special taxing districts. This is a June 30th special meeting, 2021, 9 a.m. And I'm calling this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Supervisor Porches, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. As a warning, we have a 3-second delay in case you say something shouldn't be. We have Kevin making sure that nothing goes out in the air that is disturbing to any one of our multiple viewers. So with that warning, I'll make it to the call to the public area. Call to the public is held for the public benefit to allow individuals to address issues within the board's jurisdiction. Board members may not discuss items that are not specifically identified on the agenda. Therefore, pursuant to Arizona revised statutes, action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, responding to criticism, or scheduling the matter for further discussion and a decision at a future date. We still do have that warning. Anyone who is concerned about COVID-19 and does not want to be put in an open setting can submit an email, call to the public statement at publiccomment@yumacountyaz.gov. These email forms of public comments will be accepted until 8 a.m. in the morning of the meeting. All public comments will be read out loud during the Yuma County Board of Supervisors meeting that starts at 9 a.m. Desiree, do we have any public comments? Through email? No, we don't. So we're going to move right on to what have us here this morning, and that is a discussion and action items. And I will open each of the following items separately for discussion and action as appropriate. It's one item that is combined. There's different action to be taken all under one item. And this will be for the county administrator. It includes all special taxing districts, and its action regarding the Yuma County annual budget for fiscal year 2021-2022 as follows. 1, we will conduct a public hearing on the fiscal year 21-22 annual budget and the truth and taxation primary and secondary property tax levies. And then we will move on to adopting a resolution 2021-12, a joint resolution of the County of Yuma County Flood Control District, Public Health District, Jail District, Library Districts, and all improvement and special districts adopting the Yuma County budget for fiscal year 21-22, and to adopt resolution number 2021-13, a joint resolution of the county, the Yuma County Flood Control District, Public Health District, Jail District, and Library District, adjusting employees' compensation and program funding. And we're here today. This is a continuation of a meeting that we started on Monday, June the 28th. It was some sort of publication error on the date, so we're meeting all the statutory requirements to be able to proceed and take action today. Is that correct, County Attorney? Yeah, well.
Correct.
Good. Susan, I guess the floor is yours. Just move us through it.
Yes, I would like to ask if there was a PowerPoint that you have attached to the screen, or this is
Let
a
me
PDF.
let me open it to the public first, because we do have to call a public hearing, and so I'm hereby opening up the meeting to the public. Again, we have given you instructions on how you can comment through the system, the email system, and we also opening it up to anyone that wants to make a comment either by phone, in person, or through email. Is there anyone here? We'll leave the public comment period open during the meeting so that in case we get someone making a comment or wanting to make a comment, they can still do it within the context of the call to the public. So now you can
Thank
proceed.
you. I don't think I can use that with a PDF, but we'll,
Oh, okay.
so,
Do we have the right building there? Where's that picture?
Yeah,
from?
wait a minute.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like this building.
looks pretty nice at night, doesn't it?
It does. It looks beautiful.
Yes, that is our 197 South Main Street. Today, we're going to provide a brief overview of the FY 2021-22 final budget prior to holding the public hearing for budget and truth and taxation and action to adopt the final budget. So going to the next slide. Can I use it?
Experiencing technical
I
difficulties.
can use it? Okay, perfect. Great, wonderful. So we are here today to hold the truth and taxation and budget hearing and adopt the final budget. So as you know, we have a budget process that began in May, well, for the Board of Supervisors began May 3rd and 4th when you conducted budget meetings on the recommended budget with all departments, agencies, and outside parties. You adopted the tentative budget June 7th, and today we're here to do the final actions related to the budget, and then the fiscal year begins tomorrow, July 1st. The key challenges that we have are the future impacts of COVID-19. Those are good and bad because of the funding that's been provided by the federal government. Legislative impacts that with the state legislature, which we'll talk about, and we've seen recently changes in our pension plans that are required by law. The board has wisely decided to create and fund a vehicle replacement mechanism, and continuing our policy for fund balances that are adequate and sustainable for the future. So the big picture is for all funds, our 2021-22 budget is $460 million, which is 56% higher than last year's budget. And that is mainly to accommodate the $41 million from the American Rescue Plan Act and more than $12 million from the emergency rental assistance programs, as well as the capital projects that the board has approved. The total revenues are up 13%, almost 14% from last year to this year. Our uses, because of those capital projects, are going to be up 30%. We still remain with a fund balance over 20%, which is our policy target. So that shows the sustainable and prudent fiscal policy that we follow. Staffing in the final budget, we're adding 5.375 positions, and those are shown here at the top. 2 grounds maintenance workers, 1 technical services manager, 2 deputy sheriffs, and 1 GIS specialist analyst for the elections division. Final changes that you've seen from the last time we presented the budget was the board's action to acquire the Camarena building, which came out of the reserve for future buildings that you had in your fund balance. And so that still leaves contingency and reserves at $25.8 million, above the 20% threshold. Tax rate remains the same for all district and the general fund, for a combined tax rate of 3.6638. As you know, we had an average increase of 6.15% in net assessed values. Of that, a big portion of that is new construction. So without new construction, the assessed value increased 3.48%. And again, it depends on each person's individual property.
Can I stop you there for a minute?
Yes.
Obviously, we were talking, when we were putting this budget together, we're talking 6, maybe 8 months ago. There's been a marked increase in property values over the last, 6 months, maybe 3 months? I mean,
6 months.
6 months. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's good to take a conservative approach. But the reality out in the market is that, home prices have increased by 10, 15, 20%. Easy.
And this is a good point to bring up to remind people that these property values are from last August.
Yeah.
So there's a lagging assessed value process that will not reflect those higher market values until a year or 2 years from now. So
they don't get recorded anyway until a year later. So we really don't. This will be an issue next year.
Okay. And again, the board has adopted a levy well below the allowable levy limit. As you can see here, the final budget, $34 million, and the allowed levy, $36.3 million. So again, there's no change in the property tax, so there will be 0 impact on someone's property tax bill from one year to the next, assuming they don't increase, their own personal property doesn't increase in value. If it increases in value from 0 to 6.15%, then obviously there would be an increase in their tax bill from the county. So that is basically a summation of our final budget presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions. Gil is here with the spreadsheet, and Tony is here with the long-range financial plan if you'd like to look at those as well.
Well, I'd just like to begin with a statement. I mean, this is a final part of the process that began months ago, and it's been an ongoing process for the last at least 3 months, an intensive ongoing process. And in some ways, I feel like the legislature, we're pushing to the last minute before we approve it, but in reality, it is a process that's been planned out for months. it just sometimes what you plan for doesn't come out as planned, and this is one of the reasons why we're having just this item today. And it's a special year. I do want to send a message out to the residents and especially property owners and so forth that are impacted by the budget, that the fact that the budget is 56% above what it should normally be is just an indication of what a difficult and special year last year was, and the fact that the government is pushing out a lot of money out to us, and we have to be cognizant of that. And we just want to let people know, do not, really, truly, I don't think you can expect this kind of budget to be the kind of budget we have year after year. This is going to be a different year. And some of this stuff, like using as an example, the $12 million they sent for mortgage assistance, that is way, way above what I think will be needed in this county to deal with the mortgage crisis. The latest report on that is that WACOG is complaining that they processed 3 or 4 people, and only one qualified, but the processing part of it is costing them a lot of money. So we're paying them when they process one that's successful, but we're not paying them for just processing people. So there's a lot of issues that are going to come with that in reality, this budget is, to me, it's a little bit overblown. It's just to make people see this or understand this, you would have to explain that if it's not in the budget, we have a problem. If it's in the budget, we can spend it, we can adjust to it. But if it's not in the budget, we have to go overrides. We have to do a lot of things that are very difficult to do. So to us, a budget's not written in stone. It can be lowered. It can be, it probably will be lowered. I don't think we're going to be able to build every capital project that we have. We may take a little bit of time. I still remember the comment by Supervisor Lyons about getting into building when wood is so high and all the materials are so high, and then it just so happens they went down a little bit. So we'll be talking about this individually. This is just a budget. It's basically our guideline and what we look at next year's expenditures to be. But again, it's not written in stone. Any other comments? No? No? Well, then we're conducting a public hearing. There doesn't seem to be anybody else here that would like to make a comment. So we'll move on to adopting resolutions. So the resolution 21-12, it's a joint resolution of the county, the Yuma County Flood Control District, the Public Health District, the Jail District Library, the Library District, the Jail District, the Library District, and all improvement special districts, adopting the Yuma County budget for fiscal year 21-22. I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution number 21-12.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
And a motion, a second, to approve the adoption of resolution number 2021-12. Any discussion on the resolution? If not, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. We then move on to adopting resolution. Is there something that we need to do?
The attorney is advising us that we need to do a roll call vote.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll take a roll call vote on the motion to adopt resolution number 2021-12. Beginning with whomever made the motion first. I think it was
I did.
Supervisor
So,
Clemente.
Supervisor Pancrazy,
Aye.
Supervisor Simmons,
Aye.
Supervisor Lyons,
Aye.
Supervisor Porches,
Aye.
Chairman Reyes,
Aye. And I want to make it clear, I don't remember, that particular requirement, but it just makes it clear, I guess. Somebody
Motion
could not
carries
be
5 to
voting in
0.
favor of it later on and say, well, I didn't vote in favor or against it. Anyway, that went 5-0. So we'll move on to adopting resolution number 2013-13. It's also a joint resolution of the county, the Yuma County Flood Control District, the Public Health District, the Jail District, and Library District. And this is to adjust employee compensation and program funding for issues related to that. Do I hear a motion to adopt it?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's been a motion and second to adopt resolution number 2021-13 as presented. Any discussion? No discussion, then we'll take a roll call.
Supervisor Lyons,
Aye.
Supervisor Porches,
Aye.
Supervisor Pancrazy,
Aye.
Supervisor Simmons,
Aye.
Chairman Reyes.
Aye.
The motion carries 5 to 0.
All right, that takes care of that. I'm going to close the public hearing just to make sure that it's technically closed. I left it open throughout the process. So I am hereby closing the public hearing, and having nothing else I hope to do, we will then end this meeting in peace. I hope. Thank you very much, everyone. I know it was a little lengthy, but worth it. Thank you very much. And thank everybody in the budget team and everybody that has something to do with this. Because like I said before, I know it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort from everybody. It's a little anticlimactic that we do it in 15 minutes, but it certainly took a lot of hours of work and time. Tony, everybody that had a part of it, thank you very much. You certainly made our jobs easier. So again, thank you, and let's just leave it at that. What, no